I think Jack's going to harass the chickens.
All day.
All day.
You've got to leave them
Jackie
alone.
boy. How's it going?
Hello.
Hey. Happy Christmas, New Year's and holidays,
yes.
folks.
Yes.
Yes.
Happy New Year. And all that.
All that?
All that.
What are we doing today, Bianca?
Feels like it was so long ago.
It does.
We're finally planting out plants.
What are we planting out? Do you want to give us a rundown?
We've got a whole bunch of avocados. Thanks to Nicole and Hamish from the NaughtyGoatFarm. Thank you very much.
The last one sprouted the other day, just over in that. There we go.
Look at the time. Oh, something chewed that
something's chewed the top of this one as well, but we do have leaves coming down. And it also happened to one of the other ones we had recently. This one here. This one here, the top was chewed, not by Jack. It was chewed by something and it's branched out already. So
they're a bit old. They should have been planted out a while ago. And as Nicole said, you've got to be really delicate with their roots, because if you break their roots, they don't live well, because we know these are not...
Yeah, they're not heirloom.
No, they're not true to type.
They won't, avocados just by definition won't grow true to type. And these guys here, they won't probably fruit for what? Anywhere up to 13 years? We saw 5 to 13 years.
Yeah.
Depending on climate, soil type, fertilisers, conditions, that sort of thing.
But they could also be really hardy rootstock.
Which is our intentions. We can always graft on. We don't have anywhere for them in the paddock at the moment, mainly because we have little visitors called hares, and hares like to ring bark small trees and eat them.
Yes.
So we're going to treat them as a nursery plant for a little bit longer.
Yep.
So we want to pot them up, and we're going to pot them into these jobbies here. These are some fabric pots, if you want to demonstrate, that have a Velcro down the side, so we can open them up and get the plants out without damaging their roots too much.
Easy access.
Yeah, easy access. These guys are a gallon, which is just under 5 litres, I think, or 4 litres, something along those lines.
They should be right, and this will, because they're air pruning, it'll be less impact on their roots as well, which will be good.
Probably in about 12 months' time, if they haven't gone in the ground, they'll be easy to take out of there and put into some larger root pouches, because I've got loads of root pouches from when I was selling them. Just quickly, for anyone who's interested, I do have 5 packs of these available on my website. I'll leave a link down in the description if you're interested. I think they're under 20 bucks. Don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly sure they're under 20 bucks for a 5 pack of them. So
check out the shop.
Check out the shop. Yep, they're a clearance item, not something I sell all the time. I bought in an auction. But anyway, what else, Bianca?
So we had, what are we calling them? Pineapple crowns.
Pineapple crowns.
Had 2 of them sitting on the bench forever. Thank you, Maya.
Thank you, Maya. When Maya and Ahanu came up there, we bought a couple of sweet pineapples in at the Bundaberg market. Maya did the correct thing and twisted the tops out. You don't cut the tops off, you twist them out, pulled the leaves back and popped them in some cups of water, and they've been taking up valuable bench space.
Yes.
Yes. So these need to be planted out again today.
We'll put them in...
Probably, those larger ones there, I think.
larger ones?
Yeah, so they'll go in those
so
larger
we've got
pots.
2 of them.
And the comfrey.
Yes.
This is we got this when...
Oh, she's so old and
she's
so
older
used.
than Maya. We bought that at the markets when the first house we lived in together at Chapel Hill.
Yes.
Yes, so that's 25, 26,
7-year-old plant?
Yeah. So that there is what's left of a wicking barrel from Ipswich. We've actually got some volunteers. Kira sent through a very shaky video of some volunteers that are growing in the lawn down at Ipswich still. So these ones here we want to separate into a number of smaller pots. So we've got these smaller pots over there for them. Just to propagate for now before we work out where we're going to put them out. A comfrey is just a really good bioaccumulator. Collects minerals from down low, brings it up, loads it into their leaves, you chop the leaves and you drop them. And this is one of the clumping, non-spreading varieties. I forget what it's called. It's got a hybrid number from memory, and someone will let me know down below, I'm sure.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's what we're planning out. But we thought while we were doing it...
We'd have a chat.
We'd have a chat, answer a couple of questions and comments that have been made on other videos. We did post a video yesterday about all the water you see everywhere because it's been a little bit wet. We wanted to film this yesterday, but it just would have been too loud under this little tin lean-to. So I'll just use this handy dandy wheel chock to hold our notes down. Speaking about handy dandies and Andys, Do you want to start off with Mr. Andy?
Have you announced his name?
Andy. Oh, no, I think we did on the short. We talked about it.
We got him from the neighbour down in Ipswich. He apparently thought he got all chickens. Clearly didn't.
As many people do.
And
I think I'm about half full in these guys because they are fairly shallow.
yeah.
I think if we do half full, we should be right with that.
All right. Do you want to do this one too? But we've already had thanks from the other neighbours.
Yep. We had Tina messaged us and said thank you. She's a couple of doors up. Tina and Michael.
But he's very vocal.
The first morning we were there, he woke us up over Christmas break at about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, wasn't impressed then,
Yeah.
but
An old mate was very happy to part with him. So,
I think he remembered that we had a farm, so he was lining it up.
yeah, he was preparing himself for the next time we visited to see Kira. Anna, he was very enthusiastic. Came out of the cage in with the girls raring to go, shall we say. So
Yes.
we thought Randy Andy would be a good name.
Yes, he was
Very
out
enthusiastic.
like a shot.
Yes. G'day as well to Anna and Down Under Fella. Two of the comments we were mentioning here for Andy. Down Under Fella said Andy's a great looking rooster. Yes, he is.
He is. He's a Rhode Island Red.
He's only a young fella. He hasn't got fully developed spurs yet.
He seems quite placid. He's not as noisy as them. Actually, maybe he is.
Yeah. But he, yeah, so we were not too worried about him getting vicious with us at all. If he goes Jack once or twice, that's probably good because Jack has just walked off camera chasing Chicky around. So, yeah.
Yeah, but, well, worst case scenario, if he gets aggressive, we get a free meal.
Tasty. It's been interesting with Andy. There's been a bit of a faction created. There's Andy and Chook Chook. They're pretty much all going off together. And Ginger and Marianne.
Not Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. They're hanging around together a lot more, and Chicky's still hanging around the house.
On her own, yep.
So, just for you folks who don't know, the chickens are all cast-offs. Chook Chook came with the house. Ginger and Marianne are Bianca's mums. Chicky is a friend who couldn't look after it, so she spent some time at my parents' place. And then, yeah, came up here. So she's well travelled. She's gone from Brisbane to Gympie,
Back
to Brisbane and then back up to Childers. So, yeah, she's seen a bit of Australia. And really not doing too bad for her age. I think our Australops lasted around about 5 to 7 years down in Ipswich, the ones we had. So we've had Australops before as well as the Isa Browns, which is what we think Chook Chook is. We're hoping that we don't get any chickens from Andy and the Orpington and Marianne because, yeah, we don't really... The size of the eggs aren't fantastic. They're not the best layers. But if we got fertilised eggs from Chook Chook or Chicky from Andy, we'd be happy with that. We think that'd be a decent cross.
She hasn't laid an egg since we got her.
Chicky's well past her laying time. She's a charity case, but she's a nice one.
Yeah.
She thinks she's a human.
When she doesn't attack you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much all it with the chookins. There we go, there's some compost. The frogs! The red tree frogs. We've had a little bit of rain, as you're well aware.
Yeah.
And as a result, we've had a number of green tree frogs, not only up around the house, we get them there generally even when it's not raining, a load around the rain gauge. I did a short the other day and actually included that short at the end of the last video as well. They're little red tree frogs. Doggy Dogma said, time to build a frog motel. We're on 161 acres, so I don't think we really have the need for a frog motel around the house, mainly because on the veranda there can be anywhere up to about half a dozen every night.
Flashing their bums on the glass at us.
Yeah, they hop on the glass. There's a solar operated, movement operated solar light at the front of the house. Every night there's cane toads on the ground underneath it, geckos and these little red tree frogs all around the place, as well as green tree frogs.
Sometimes you hear them go like whack, turn around, they're on the glass.
Yeah, we don't really have the need for a frog motel as such. Not only that, but frogs also tend to attract red-bellied black snakes in particular, green tree snakes, brown tree snakes. While we don't mind the tree snakes looking after rodents and stuff like that, as well as the red bellies, we prefer not to have them around the house because some doofus likes to bop noses with animals and get bitten by red bellies and cost us thousands of dollars at the vet. So yeah, so no frog motels. No. Janice. Hey Janice, she's a supporter over on the membership. Thank you very much, Janice, and everyone else who does support the channel. Really do appreciate it. She said they look like the ones that she used to get in her rain gauge. I know she used to live in the Northern Territory, so I think these little guys go pretty much all around Australia. Wish we had another camera. Jack's amongst the chickens again. So yeah, it's quite possible they probably were. She also used to find them in door jams, window runners and mummified in carpets. When we moved in, I'd cleaned out the house, painted the walls, got it, yeah, a whole big thing. But anyway, when we finally moved in, I found a couple mummified downstairs. So they'd been locked in, couldn't get out for a week while I was down packing up the house, and came back to a couple of mummified ones. So
actually, I found a couple of cane toads in the house as well.
Yeah, we did. There's been a couple of cane toads that have snuck in and mummified themselves while we were fixing the place up before we moved in.
A little bit more.
A little bit more. So yeah, and another comment from that video. Yeah, what's the frog to water conversion ratio? I reckon around about 5 millimeters, because there's almost 7 to 8 millimeters in there, and there's 2 frogs. But then again, there was only 7 frogs in the other one, 6 or 7 frogs, and there was about 150 mil. So yeah, I'm not too sure on that one yet. We'll have to keep working on that one.
I hope that just doesn't replicate across the rest of the dams.
Yeah, the dams are jam-packed full of cane toad ribbons. That's cane toads lay their eggs in ribbons, and we've got video of just schools and schools of black cane toad.
But also at night tadpoles. You hear the frogs going crazy in the dams.
Down
like the front dams.
You might be able to hear the cicadas in the background now. They're a fraction of what they were a couple of weeks ago. It was deafening. But the frogs, like last night after the rain, it was just a cacophony. It was absolutely awesome just hearing the frogs at night. And there's probably about half a dozen different calls. There is a little frog app you can get in Australia. Facebook frog group put me onto, and you can record the calls of your frogs, and they can ID them. So we'll leave a link to that down below. So that was pretty cool.
It'd be good to know what those ones are that keep popping all the time.
The pop. Another one down. Now we're on to floods.
We've had a lot of water.
We've had a lot of water. We've been flooded in twice already this year.
Yeah, and what date is it?
It's the 11th or the 12th.
I think it's the 12th.
I think it's the 12th. So yeah, we've been flooded in twice already this year. Yeah, it's not bad though. We went down yesterday, it was just under a metre. We went down this morning and it looked like the water had come up the road a little bit more, so probably 1.5 metres. But when we were down there this morning, 9 o'clock, it was down to half a metre, 50 centimetres.
Yeah.
So,
as long as we don't get too much more in the catchment.
We're generally pretty good. So Berkeloid mentioned, who's also another supporter, thank you very much, mate. We've chatted on and off via emails and other bits and pieces over the years. DuBom, Bureau of Meteorology. Have any creek or river level monitoring systems upstream from you? Just curious if there's anything can give us advance notice. Not up here in Ipswich, we used to track it all the time. We were up 100-ish metres from the Bremer River, which went over, made the news worldwide. 2011, 74, a few other times, 2013 it was pretty bad. So there was, because it affects basically the city of Brisbane when that region floods. But up here, we're so far up the catchment area.
We are the catchment.
We are the catchment virtually. Yeah. We're in the catchment for the Burrum River. The Isis River actually starts just on the border of our property and it flows on from there.
Is it the Cherwell as well, or is it just the Burrum?
I think the Cherwell's involved in the same catchment area, yeah. Okay. So our actual catchment area, according to a government map I found, is actually fairly small in the scheme of things. Land area wise, it's not a huge catchment area. And we're so far up the start of the catchment, We may get a massive rise like we saw last night, probably up to around about 1.5 meters, which is about 5-ish feet. But it's down to half a metre already, or just what's that? Half a metre is just under 2 feet, probably 1.5-ish, somewhere around there.
Yeah, you're better at doing those conversions.
Yeah, and I'm stuffing it up. We're so far up, it's not really a huge issue for us to need that monitoring. Biggin one said, sounds like a culvert needs to be bigger.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. At the
And
moment, it's
so
a little.
does the bridge.
The pipe is probably around about, I don't know, just over a foot, maybe 1.5-ish in diameter. And there's a lot of water coming down through there, so it's not large enough to take it. Eric has said would be thinking about building a bridge just in case.
I'd like to.
We can't, unfortunately.
It's not our land.
The big
bigger ones.
Big ones.
It's actually a road.
It's a designated road looked after by Main Roads and Council. Oh, Council, sorry.
Council, it's not main. It's a local road.
Yeah.
And the problem is, Council's looks after one of the major towns, which is Bundaberg, and that's about an hour away.
Move, bud.
So
Jack, move.
out of the way.
Come on, bud.
But Rob always shows the video where the road is flooded. And I think what we might do is when the water goes down, go and actually have a look at the...
I've got some B-roll. It's all sorted.
Oh,
yep.
Good. Okay. Because the road is half concrete, half bitumen. One side is being held in by a tree.
Yep.
And it's eroding. It's all breaking apart, and it's just too low. If we had a larger culvert in it, we would probably be trapped.
Oh, it would go down so much faster.
Halfway.
Because it backs
less.
up behind that. It acts as a bit of a dam.
Yeah.
Bianca, this is my bell siphon rescue pot.
Oh, that's going to work.
That's not going to work. I'm going to have to go get another pot. I will be back in a tick, folks.
Do you want to do it in a small one?
No, I'll get a bigger one.
All right. Now that he's gone. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah, we do have the issue. I need to write to council and ask them if they can come out and have a proper look at the crossing, because this is pretty ridiculous, but their priorities would probably be low because there's just 2 of us on the end of this street that are affected by it. But, you know, I'm sure I could write something rather convincing and polite.
So these guys are really easy to plant. In fact, I planted one like this into a root pouch. We harvested it the other day. We did a little short reel as a teaser to this, and we showed the massive pineapple we harvested. But there was actually another one. That little pineapple fell off from underneath it. I actually cut the large one off, and that one just fell down. So it had fallen off a little while earlier. The base was a little bit brown, so...
Yeah, we'll show that.
I've got B-roll. That's what they're watching right now.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
And while we're out there, we also harvested a couple of blueberries and a single mulberry.
Which Jack got.
So there we go. That's pretty much for those.
Comfrey.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just those little sections.
Oh, she is anaerobic.
Yeah, I know it's anaerobic. Sorry about that, babe. Ooh. Well, if you want to just break them off and put them on there, I'll get some more soil ready. So pretty much all done with the flood. The last question was about where all this stuff is going.
Yeah, well.
Which is our garden. So, the garden needs a good clean out. These questions actually came about over a short I posted with the wallabies. Oh, sorry. I can work and talk?
Mush.
Okay, sorry, boss. We had some wallabies that decided to
get into the garden.
And we think the reason they got in there is because they were being chased. We've had fox activity again. So we think that there's quite possible either a fox or a dog was chasing them at speed and they jumped over the top of the fence and then couldn't get out.
Yeah, because they don't usually jump.
No, a full-grown
redneck.
A full-grown redneck can jump around about 6 foot. And that fence
is under 6 foot.
4.5 foot.
Yeah.
But they weren't full-grown rednecks either. They were only wee tackers.
No, but if they've got a predator behind them, they're going to bound as quick as they can.
Yeah, so anyway, they're out. They're safe. They're on their way.
And we still picked blueberries, so they didn't go...
Yeah, they didn't knock them all off the tree. But yeah, the reason why we have that garden, that fence there is because of wallabies and hares in particular. because we've heard stories of them just decimating gardens. Hasn't happened to us yet because I haven't pulled my finger out and built a proper one yet. But yeah, so we really do need to protect the garden. These pots, everything here bar the avocados will be going in there, in that existing garden.
Yep.
Because we've made space in some of the water trays in there that we put them in.
But we also need to do a bit of a clean out because it's a bit overgrown and it is a nesting ground for snakes.
And snakes and rodents. And rodents mean snakes. And Jack, don't eat the potting mix, buddy. So, sorry folks.
What did we discover the other night?
Jack, where's bud?
The bang, 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 bang in the... We've got rats.
We got rats.
Which just immediately makes me go, get rid of rats because I don't want snakes.
Yeah, we know where the rats are coming in. We found the grease line. We've thrown some bait in there. It's the stuff that only kills once. If something else eats it, the rat, it won't die. So we're throwing some of that in there. And then once we hear no more noises, we're going to board up that access point.
Yep.
Then we only have to worry about the goanna that lives between the floors. So
Yeah.
But he only visits every now and then. Or she.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's Stumpy.
Yeah. We've got a goanna here called Stumpy. It's lost a bit of its tail when it was younger. We know it's a female because I saw it being mated with.
Yep.
And yeah, it actually got really close, or allowed me to get pretty close the other day.
Yeah, she's not too
flighty.
No.
No.
Which is not good in one way because Jack likes to introduce himself by bopping things with his nose.
Yeah, Jack, I think if Jack had a chance, he'd chase a goanna down to play with, which
He has when we first...
From our own experience, or my experience as a kid, goannas don't like to play with dogs.
No, and when we first moved in, there was no fly screen on the window in the office, and I was working, and then I just saw this dog fly through the window and leg it across the yard after a goanna. No, he'd love to get her if he could.
Yeah.
Probably just want to play.
Oh yeah, he just wants to play.
Go this side too, just a bit more there.
A bit more under there.
Just a smidge.
We actually had another comment about the fence wire for letting other animals through the wire itself. That's not really our concern.
No.
It's more the hares and the wallabies and kangaroos, because there are kangaroos in the area. We just haven't seen any on our property.
Yeah, there's some big ones.
Oh, and the neighbour's bull and heifers and steers, because they've visited as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't mind them visiting though.
No, because they bring poop. They bring poop. So that worked out nicely.
We're done.
It did. We're all done and we've finished jabbering on.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now we should go and
Sort out the garden.
fix the garden.
Yeah, but that'll be another video. We'll bring you along for that another time.
Yeah.
We just need to basically put something over the ground to mulch out the weeds that are growing up through the old pavers and causing issues. But yeah, we'll show you that on another video.
Yes.
If you'd like to see more of these sort of videos, let us know. Bianca was a little bit iffy about just sitting down and answering questions, so we thought we'd actually do something while we answered them this time. And if you do have any comments or suggestions, questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Check out our supporter sites. There's lists of some people who support us somewhere on the screen. I don't know how this is framed, but thank you very much to everyone on the Farm Your Own Yard and YouTube supporter network.
And if you're interested in those bags,
yep, check out the shop.
check out the shop.
There'll be a link right at the end, and there'll be a picture of the bags on the link, and down in the description. That's pretty much all it.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the video, and catch you later. Cheers, folks.
You want a learning lesson?
What?
Comfrey has hair.
Oh, have you got itchy bits?
My gosh, they are itchy.
I don't ever remember it being a problem.
No, but I was all underneath the leaves.
Ah,
On
really?
the back of my hands.
There you go, folks. See ya.
Bye.